The top stories on ABC News, and more than 100,000 people have died around the world.
Kita masih berdepan dengan peningkatan kes COVID-19. Pada waktu ini, gelombang kedua COVID-19 telah bermula dengan melibatkan 175 kes.
An invisible killer sweeping the world. A pandemic is now on their way. In a matter of weeks, COVID-19 has changed life as we know it. Worldwide, over 15,000 are dead, 250,000 are infected, and numbers continue to rise. And now borders close, schools shut down, city locked down, and the global economy is at risk. Fortunately, there is one team that has come up with the invention of disinfection tunnel, who is in their way to save people's life. Thinkercad.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. I am going to introduce the team members for Thinkercad. I am Karuna Anisha binti Ahmad Syafi'i, and as for my left side is Mr. Azib Azamuddin bin Juri, and as for my right side is Mr. Luqman Haziq bin Ahmad Izzuddin. We are introducing to you our new product, which is Disinfection Tunnel. In the progress of lowering the coronavirus pandemic, people are allowed to slowly continue their daily life. There will be a large number of people gather that will go to work, to mall, market, airport, railway station, and so many places. Unfortunately, this can cause the transmission of the viruses. Hence, disinfection tunnel is invented. As a person passes through them in a confined box, the nozzle will spray a disinfection mist to him or her, which reportedly kills most viruses, including and hopefully COVID-19. Next is problem statement. Firstly, the germs and viruses can be spread throughout the physical contact of the body, and there is also the transmission from environmental pathogens. And the second one is, we have a very limited sanitizer that only focuses at one part of the body, such as hand sanitizer. Our main objectives in producing disinfection tunnel are, firstly, to eliminate many or all pathogenic microorganisms through all the physical body. And the second one is to ensure that the host do not transmit infectious pathogens to other people. And last but not least, to make it easy for outdoor or heavy duty worker such as contractor that very exposed to environment, and they can be sanitized in a very quick way.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. I am Luqman Haziq, and I will continue the presentation by briefing to you the electronic component costs which are needed to build the circuit of the disinfection tunnel. The cost of the component is referred to the price from the SG robot. First, the Arduino Uno R3 robot. The usage of the Arduino needed in this circuit is 2, and the total cost for the Arduino part is Rm22.20. Next, we also need 1.5 volts AA battery. The quantity of the battery needed for this circuit is 4, and the price is 12 ringgit. Next is Mini SG90 gear micro servo motor. The quantity needed to build the circuit by using the servo motor are 2. The cost for the servo motor is 14 ringgit and 20 cents. Next are 25 kg digital servo full metal gear. The quantity needed for the servo full metal gear is 2, and the cost for the servo full metal gear is 80 ringgit and 84 cents. Next are the Arduino rangefinder ultrasonic sensor. The quantity needed to build the circuit by using the ultrasonic sensor is 1, and the cost for the ultrasonic sensor is 3 ringgit and 10 cents. Next are the Arduino serial IIC I2C LCD 1602 liquid crystal display module. The quantity of the LCD needed to build this circuit is 1, and the price for this LCD is 11 ringgit and 30 cents. After that, we also need the Arduino common parts component set LED resistor switch potentiometer. The quantity of this potentiometer needed to build this circuit is 1, and the price for this potentiometer is 8 ringgit and 50 cents. We also need the Arduino 3-pin LM35 analog temperature, and the quantity needed to build the circuit by using this temperature sensor is 1, and the price for the temperature sensor is 4 ringgit and 60 cents. We also need the solderless mini breadboard 400 hooves, and the quantity needed for this mini breadboard is 3, and the price for this mini breadboard is 8 ringgit and 70 cents. And lastly, we also need the male-to-male breadboard 2-point jumper wire, and the price for this jumper wire is 3 ringgit for each of the jumper wire. Finally, the total cost needed to build the circuit of the disinfection tunnel is 168 ringgit and 44 cents ringgit of Malaysia. The costs are affordable.
Various views of disinfection tunnel. This is the isometric views. This is the front view. This is the back. This is the left view, the right view. This is the top. This is the power box that contains the Arduino and the breadboard. And this is the ultrasonic sensor. Coding process for this disinfection tunnel. The first is to declare the variable. The servo are set to servo 6, servo 9, servo 10 and servo 11. The next is to define the temperature variable. The temperature variable are declared as pin temp. Next is to declare the ultrasonic sensor. The ultrasonic sensor are declared as shown. Next is to the void setup. The void setup are divided into 3: the temperature, servo and the ultrasonic sensor. The servo are first attached to pin 6, pin 9, pin 10 and pin 11. For the next is the void loop. Void loop is for the repetition of the coding. The temperature are set to calculate the temperature of converting from voltage to temperature. The ultrasonic sensor function is to convert the voltage to centimeter, and the if function is for detecting whether the temperature is below 36.9 or not. If the temperature is 36.9, then the code will run. The code are for indicating the LED light to light up and blinking. And next is for the servo 7 to run. If the temperature is below 36.9, then the digital write 7 will turn high for 1 second and low for 1 second. This indicates that the green LED will blink once the temperature is below 36.9, and then the servo 6 will write the position to 90 degrees and delay for 5 seconds. This indicates that the bar will open for 5 seconds, and after 5 seconds the position will return to 0. This indicates that the bar will close. And then once the ultrasonic sensor detects that something has blocked the sensor under 20 inches, the two servo, which is 9 and 10, will rotate and spray the sanitize to the person inside. And this process took 20 seconds, and after 20 seconds the sanitizer servo will return back to original position, which is 0, and delay for 5 seconds. After all that has occurred, then lastly is the servo 11, which control the exit bar, will rotate 90 degrees and delay for 5 seconds, which indicates that the person will be able to exit once the exit bar is open.
Now, I will continue the presentation by explaining the simulation of the circuit, which is simulated via Thinkercad. First, click the Start Simulation button. The Arduino serial IIC I2C LCD 1602 liquid crystal module will show the temperature text, and then click the Arduino 3-pin LM35 analog temperature sensor as to send the temperature of the body, and then the LCD will show the temperature. If the temperature is below 25 degrees Celsius, the green LED will blink and the servo A will rotate clockwise as to open the entrance bar, and the human will walk into the disinfection tunnel. After that, the green LED will blink again as to command us that the servo A will rotate anti-clockwise. This shows that the entrance bar will close. Then the Arduino rangefinder ultrasonic sensor will detect the presence of the human in the tunnel, which will cause the servo C and D will rotate clockwise as to open the valve of the sanitizing spray. The green LED will keep blinking and the sanitizing process will hold until 20 seconds. The green LED will keep blinking and the sanitizing process will hold until 20 seconds. After 20 seconds, the servo C and D will rotate anti-clockwise as to mention us that the sanitizing spray is closed. And lastly, the servo B will rotate clockwise as to mention us that the exit bar is open and the human can continue the walk. Now, I will continue the presentation by explaining the assembly process. As you can see in this video, this is the assembly process of the disinfection tunnel, starting from the exploded view by using CATIA software.
The person temperature is checked. If the temperature is less than 37.4, then the bar is lifted. Then the person can enter the disinfection tunnel. The person stays for 20 seconds inside the tunnel to be sanitized by the spray. After disinfected, the second bar is lifted and the person can leave the tunnel. The person is disinfected and can enjoy his life. And that is how the tunnel is used.
That's all from us, and thank you.
Thank you for your attention. I'm Azib, signing off. Remember to practice social distancing. Stay safe. #kita jaga kita.
Thank you for lending your ears.
for our presentation, and I'm hoping the world will be a better place for us, the human and the nature, to live. Bye.